everybody, and welcome back to Philia! Last we saw our heroes, they were deep in the throes of battle in the Temple of Kyrah, part of the Stygian Row. After Septia's devastating attack, leaving Calli frozen in ice, the rest of Gladius after badly hurt, Opus furious plea for help, turned the hearts of cultists. This Gladius Astra and Septia. The other cultists used a variety of spiritual magic attacks against the gang. All the while, Trellis spends his time supporting his wife. Everybody is trading back and forth. One of the cultists slams Juno. He's knocking him out before afterwards. Fell hiding behind a set of benches and friends the entire time. After healing everybody, that's healing, decides to use Balmetria to paralyze them. And as she is left still, Opus sees the opportunity, finds herself and Calli over Septia. They fling dragon's breath upon him. As soon as she is free, though, Calli throws a shadow at Trellis and says, killing Trellis where he's off the side of the chapel. Her two slink through the door behind, stabbing her. Fury appeals, Septia time to see stop fighting. That's the only outcome. Astra's taken either by her hand. All the while, Stephanie, finding a mass of huddled children, introduces themselves as part of the heroes of light, tells them they're to rescue them. While he begins huddling them back to the game, Rogue Cult Watson gets the drop on the crossbow bolt. He goes around and chucks his lightning javelin at him, bringing him in one shot. Rushing the children out of the cavern, he directs them straight to the Siren's route by Callister. Last we see cavern. From abuse, back, upside. Hurry, you had just Septia. Yes, still.
That didn't work, so back my armor sanctuary myself. So until the spell ends, lasts for 1 minute. Anybody who tries to target me, attack or harm.
I'm gonna say you still have an action.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because well.
No, like for like playing with her, like speaking is a free action, and
But it's because I made a persuasion check and I got you. Up for it.
I'll call that a free action.
Okay, no, I will. But last time I asked, you said no. Okay. Well, then can I rescind that? Because I was only doing that on the.
Okay.
Shit. That was my whole. Yeah. Okay. Well, then cast Cure Wounds on for my action, and because of Nephel has popped.
That's all spells. The Beacon of Hope. All the other spells.
Yeah, I definitely remember. Yes, you get the max.
What is
8 plus my attacking mod. 8 plus.
No.
And then for my I am
perfect?
two by the door.
Look.
One's got a C, one's got a. They're actually not really
Yuck
brothers.
Goofy and Doofy. Yeah.
Actually, they're the Shuckle brothers.
Okay, that is your turn. That is back to Atlanta. So you already have 100.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I couldn't
Septia.
remember. Okay, Grant. No, I want to keep it on. I guess I'll just go chakra back.
It's been a while. How's she doing? Yeah. He hits.
That is. Oh, my hunter's.
Extra d6.
Oh, win it. 5. 11. And then.
Very important.
No, it's non-lethal. Second attack.
As throw the chakra.
Oh, 1 second. Bitch comes back to me.
Oh my god.
She's got to check.
Throw. Disregarding the person standing over Septia is still bound by a spell itself. Seething and fuming that she's been unable to defend back the entire time. As you hear and boom, let it fly. I've got such a sweat that it flies, spins, and as it hits her, it rims the side of her hair, where the blunt end clips her just behind the ear, and where she stands, body goes held up, prowls.
I don't know if that's.
Like a Spock pressure point.
So I mean, paralysis. I think she'd fall down.
Much a magic.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
Septia
continue.
is
Okay, well then my second attack's not going to be for that bitch. I
yes.
think I can move my hunter mark. Bonus action. So then
You
I
can
can
move
move my hunter mark on Fury.
Okay.
And are they?
Well, they're like 10 feet. They're
So
right
Shotgun's
here.
not.
I step over the corpse in front.
Okay, I'm gonna go great axe. She's gonna.
There's lots of bodies.
Yeah, it's
what,
like-
what was the roll?
That was like a 10.
That's missed.
And then and I move really behind.
Okay, give me. Oh. Attack him.
Yeah, so behind.
They are going to get.
You could
Well,
just say
they're gonna what?
get attacked on.
Well, you know.
You just stay there. It's when you move out. that the
Nah, it's
attack
true.
will-
That is a dirty
never
20 to
those
hit.
things.
That is 6 damage.
Not dead. So.
Good to say numeric.
Okay. Perfect. That is That is Nephel.
I would like to roll under the benches.
Oh.
You had laid down a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I was in roll.
So you were prone.
Yeah. Stay prone. Or crawl, whichever's faster. Right?
No, I think he's rolling. I think he's just like.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's half
Yeah.
speed.
Rude. Why? He's very fast.
And he's all oiled
Show
up.
me the rule book where it says you can't roll fast as you walk.
You could just walk.
He could get up.
But he'd have to like walk out and then
Narrative
What all I'm gonna say
makes
is
more
it's gonna be
sense.
half speed no matter what you do because you're either gonna crawl at half or you're gonna get up using half. And
Right, well then a roll. Ah. I'm on my way. You know what? Hold on.
Before pass the dope. So
I
that was your previous. That you had speaking of.
I did that.
Oh, did you?
I can't do it. Mine is the prophetic trance.
No, but it was a thing. Don't want to cat.
I don't want it. No.
And it, you know, it's not. And a lot of classes.
So that's a guiding bolt. And at the Calli.
I got the one that stabbed Calli.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit. I forgot Calli got.
That thing that I just said happened.
Forgot.
That's a good one.
Get you in a minute. Like, I was doing real bad.
6 hit.
Yes, so 26 hit.
That's weird. Yes, sir. Uh, 17. And I'd like to
17 up, but like a twink in a Gears of War game. Nephel just combat rolls behind the bench. You.
Heard it?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Septia is conscious. That is okay. Conscious.
It's like by the
Die
bottom of
hit.
the door.
Howdy doody. Yeah, the one next to you is.
No, I've stood up at this
Okay.
stage.
Okay, good.
But emotionally, he's
It's
Alright.
9. He hits him.
at least.
Not great, not ideal. Epic determination.
Right there. And fucker. Still touch. And to add insult. Cannot.
Yeah, no, like you tried peace, tried reaching. They have not, and this one has summoned magical smiting jury. Turn around and skeletal. Is their flesh tightens against as they crumble. Yeah, I don't think there's any non-Nephel way of doing this.
Why
Wasn't my
not?
intention.
Non-lethal
I
necrotic
want to
damage.
know that
But-
Atalanta is watching this with with a lot of interest.
Yeah, like Vongan someone.
If you were in that, hold on. If you let her magic her optimum, I think like that.
I'll leave her intent. What? That was.
It's hard to really say. They're certainly not awake anymore.
Put a question mark over
I
that.
might
one.
skip on his name. Yes, it promises.
Is that
Probably.
Calli already had.
I guess we got peace offerings right.
I can't see the line.
I'm going to do tragedy.
Just got. And now you got Zaz. Noticing all of this pretty quick. You're not feeling great. And on top of kind of everything that kind of and you're not sure if it's having been maybe it's the fighting bolt. That's just.
That's a
Take out
table
the
up there.
entire square.
I'd say. I don't know. I'd elect.
The heart.
Among all of you, just out the absolute. And among outing.
Oh my god!
I was thinking more.
Of course, yeah. Of course, that is it.
Oh.
On Nephil's next turn. Oh, back the way.
Out of the ether, this absolute fake ride our
Ah!
Only one.
I have a question. I have a space.
Like,
So
it's
I
just the
imagine if it
area
like
that it-
lengthed it out, it
and
So, this-
yes.
nah, that's not. Oh, I got
Thing is, I'm not stretching this like a third.
Yeah. How big would you say it's?
You know, any. Oh, good.
Well, they got matching it. They got matching it.
5.
All of us.
There you go.
Right. Um. Yes. Uh. So I did notice the giant snake. Um. Huh? Oh, wait, are you someone sharing something? Oh, oh yes, thank you. Still, I appreciate it, and thank you, Kev, for filling me in as well. So okay. Yeah, I was gonna use my longbow to shoot at one of the guys in front of Calli. Like, is that still like needed? Because you have a giant snake. Sorry, I can't hear anything. Oh, okay. Okay, grand. Okay, so okay, well then I'll shoot. I guess I'll shoot the guy that's behind the guy who's in front of Calli, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you. So it's okay. Hold on. Is that? Oh, that's a fuck. It's a 9. I have what attack? Oh right. Oh okay. Thank you. Sorry. 11. For fuck's sake. Again, I can't hear you. Yeah, 11 total. Yeah. Well, actually, hold on. Wait 1 second. For in order to shoot the bow, what would I have to actually like? Would that be strength as well? Or dexterity? Oh, that's +0 anyway. Fuck it, doesn't matter. So that's 11 in total. 11 hits? Oh, wow. Okay, great. Did not expect that. So let's do a D8. Okay. Um, it's a 6. I'll take that. Huh? Oh, I see. Okay, I thought that counts as my second one. Okay, never mind. Okay, cool, great. I'm not gonna complain. 20. That's a nat 20. Oh no, that's not a nat 20. It's a dirty 20. It's a dirty 20.
Don't try to pull a fast one on me now.
No. I genuinely thought it was a natural 20. So it's D8 then. Oh, it's an 8. That's a natural 8.
As you take aim and let loose 2 arrows into this guy in the back. One hits, bam, shoulder. One hits, bam, center of the chest.
Nice.
From the corner of your eye, you see a figure fall. Gone.
Yay! Oh, he's gone.
Yep.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Murder. Oh yeah, are you doing it lethally or non-lethally?
Arrows.
Lethally, please.
Hold on. Now hold on. No, you let the chakra be not lethal. I'm gonna call some bullshit here.
Call it all you want.
That's bullshit. Not using weapons and magic.
Hey, look, the chakra could have been going for like an arm or a leg.
The disc of blades. If anything, I would be more inclined to say that should kill a person than an
No,
arrow.
at most it would maim or dismember.
Dismember is pretty severe. An arrow cannot dismember. If de facto, should have been able to knock someone out. You just go right through here. That's what I do all the time.
So,
Now, if that cultist had a numbered gaff, what would it be?
4.
Thank you.
That was also his turn next, so that's not.
Sucks to be dead.
Sucks to be dead.
That's the episode title.
You really will. One of us will.
Next
Oh,
up,
it's Joker.
next up is this guy, one of the guys who's helping you. And you
So
notice
helping I was about to say fuck you, but I take it back, Sonny. Thought you were a rube.
you see, like, you see that, like, he's been kind of cheering you on the whole time. He's excited. Like, he's happy that, like, you've knocked out Septia, that, like, that she can't hurt you anymore. And you all realize that there is, like, the only combatant left is the person behind Calliandra.
And the snake.
But you see, like, again, for a start, definitely jarred by the giant snake that's appeared next to him.
Snake doesn't know the difference, by the way.
Oh, Snake's gonna go for
Oh,
our
good.
mates.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, that's cool.
She could have told him, but decided not to.
Some of you may die. Sacrifice I'm willing to make.
We're all of
He
you
is
will.
going to bust all the way up here, next to you.
Hello.
Would the snake get opportunity attack?
Yeah. He wasn't in the snake.
No, you didn't pass.
Like, he wasn't
direct-
fighting the snake,
the-
so he's just passing through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the snake is aggro to him.
No, you didn't pass by the snake's range.
If you say so, it looks like you did to me, but. Sorry, I'm being very contrary today.
Yeah, let's see how far that gets you.
I'm hiding under the table, no one can see me!
This guy runs and is actually going to go and try and grapple the guy fighting you. So I'm going to make contested strength saves.
He says, Jeremy, no! You're better than this!
That's kind of what he's been doing.
As he runs around the snake and past you, Calliandra, and kind of just dives him.
Oh, yeah, we're going to tackle.
Yeah, kind of grabs him and just kind of like has him in a complete lock, and then notices the same smell you do, and you all start noticing this: the icicles that have been formed and hanging throughout the temple. You notice the temperature starts rising around the temple. The ice starts melting. And then you all get the smell of smoke.
Yeah, Atalanta, can we move at this point?
You see him. Smoke. There's fire. There's fire You all must leave. And you see the one he has starts like, heretics! Heretics, the lot of you! He's like, no, quiet you! I'll keep this one restrained. You all have to go. This is done. Thank you for... I don't know what you would have done, but thank you.
Do you want us to take any of them?
We will get them out.
Cool. Bring the snake.
I'm going to go over to Septia.
The other one, we are out of combat. When he is saying this, the other cultist who is on your side immediately rushes over and starts going through the bodies of the cultists who are at the door and gets the key to unlock the door.
Atalanta's gonna have a quick search around for the parts of little Stephanie.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna go over to Septia.
You go up to Septia. You.
Whatever Calli's doing over at Sepia, I'm giving her the help action.
I'm beheading her.
14.
If she's making this move, I'm gonna attack Calli.
The two of you roll initiative.
Well, that was a 14 on my bird finding.
not to interrupt.
Nat 20.
Is that 13?
You have a quick scramble around, but you are starting to smell smoke. There doesn't look to be any open containers in this area.
Little beaks in the corner.
You do not find any parts.
Ah!
Can I rescind my help? Because I thought Calli was going to look through her pockets, and then when I find out what's going on, I
Yes.
thought we were just looting. And then can I help Atalanta with her looting?
Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna say no because I've already called that.
Cool.
I'm assuming you do not.
I got a 13.
Nat 20.
13. Calli acts first.
I behead Septia.
What?
Things have finally hit a quiet point. The snake is still writhing, and the still active cultist is still thrashing and screaming. And while the other cultist still on your side is helping, trying to unlock the door, Calli, you stride up to the unconscious body of Septia, and bam! Head lops. 4.
Yeah.
The moment the cultist unlocks the door, he is suddenly knocked back as the doors boom burst open. As a large familiar figure brushes through, it's like, friends!
Oh,
As
Jesus.
Bulbug rushes into the temple.
Classic Bulbug, not here when we need him.
Friends, I've been told to come to get you!
We're going to have to book it quick.
Behind him, Callister strides in and is like, yeah, no, we need to go, like, now.
Atalanta's gonna run over and try to get Calli to come to move away from the body.
Oh, that's gonna be hard. How do you even do it? It's just you're gonna have to actually like pull her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
But
gonna
you
like
can pull it
allowed
off.
to
Like
be
she's
part of
not
the
resisting. She's just actually going to have to pull it.
You know when you like have a toddler under your
Yeah.
arm and they're having a tantrum, she's gonna do that on Calli and just try and get her out.
I bring the head with me.
Is Calli resisting?
No.
Okay.
She's just being a dead weight.
Okay. Callister is like, I'll explain on the way, but we need to go to the palace now.
Oh, jeez.
Bring the
Nephel
head with
crawls
me.
out from under his place and gets on Bug's back.
I leave my snake also.
I don't dismiss it.
You didn't even use it!
Oh, it's attacking all the cultists.
Oh
I'm
my
taking
god.
a shot on Calli. I'm sorry, I'm taking a shot on Calli. How much health have you got left?
8.
I'm using my last 3rd level spell slot.
Okay, well, she is under Atalanta's arm.
She's not resisting anymore.
So,
Just
Atalanta is going to try and, like, use a shield if you're attacking.
Do you have the shield spell?
No, I'm talking physical iron
you
shields.
have magic missile, I assume.
Magic missile.
Yeah.
Magic
it would have
missile.
to be the shield spell.
Roll damage.
If she was to duck and roll, would that make any difference?
No, magic missile. Auto hit.
Do you have a magic look and
It's
roll?
an auto-hit spell.
I feel like I need more magic in my life.
That's 19 points of damage.
Calli's down.
Nephel gets off Bubbles' back, runs over and does spare the die to you so you don't
The snake
die,
dissipates.
guy.
The snake dissipates. As Opa throws the magic missile, you go to kind of block it, but they wheel around you and strike Calli. Regardless, Calli, you are unconscious. The giant constrictor snake
My beautiful boy.
vanishes in a puff of smoke. Bulbug and Callister are like, I don't know what's happening, but can we go? Can we go? Can we go?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
already yeah.
Atalanta keeps running with
Car-
Calli
yeah,
in her arms,
carrying
like
her
it's
arms.
still
Yeah.
running out.
I'm standing behind Bulldog as much as possible. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I don't need this heat on me right now. Jesus Christ.
Bulbug
Ugh.
and Callister
Oh
leave you out. You burst out onto the main square of the Stygian Row. As you look behind you, you start to see wisps of smoke curling out from the temple.
Well, that wasn't us. So at least we know that Gladius Aster won't be part of the whole. None of our team did that, so that's fine. We're not going to be in any trouble for that.
You see Callister as you break out onto the square. You're noticing a lot more people seem to be congregating and seem to be seeing you but you bull rush right past them as Callister says, people have been hearing about the attacks. There is a regiment of city guards that was about to descend on the temple to arrest you for aggravated assault.
It wasn't what it looked like. Go, 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 go,
I'm
go,
sure.
go.
I'm sure.
No, I said it loud enough not to explain to you, to the people looking. Perfectly logical
We'll get you to
explanation.
the palace. We can get the queen to sort all this out. The important thing is, they found the children.
Oh,
Persephone found the children underneath the temple and led them back to
Oh.
the Siren's Roost.
thank God it was them after all. We're not going to have found somewhere else. Okay.
But we need to go.
yeah. We're having this conversation while we're jogging.
Yeah.
You were kind of booking it. People, as you kind of are rushing, people are noticing you running through the streets. Of course, you're not being subtle about it. And you're hearing kind of murmurings and people kind of chattering. And you overhear snippets of the attack on the temple. The heretics know the heroes. Bam, 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 bam. As you break to...
Sorry, I have vestments in my bag. I'd like to put that over my head real quick while I run
Okay.
around.
As you break to the gate leading out of the Stygian Row, you see another familiar face. You see Michaela of the Queen's Guard. A small regiment of the other Amazonians serving Queen Valis, and a handful of the more ornately named Palace Guard. She sees you, as like I was expecting to see you here. Okay. She kind of turns to her Amazonian and she's like, you continue on, we'll report back later. We'll take you up to the palace now. She brings you up. And where the crowds in the Stygian Row were kind of scattered, a lot of civilians. As Michaela, a couple of other palace guard, and Bulbug lead you up to the palace, you notice crowds forming at the palace. And where in the Stygian Row there was chattering you were overhearing, this crowd spots you and immediately starts shouting. But of a variety. The crowd seems to be of different minds.
It's not way, hey, here's our heroes.
Some of the crowd are calling you aggressors, heretics, those who would seek to damage this city and the name of the Lady of Dreams. Others are calling you heroes. Others are calling you paladins of the Five. People praising your courage and your bravery. But the guards kind of around you keep the crowds back as you're rushed, kind of ganged it up back into the palace. You're not brought to the throne. you're brought very quickly around the sides to the villas. As kind of you're all a little out of breath running after everything that's happened, you're brought just outside of the villa that you know the five had been staying in. As Michaela stops outside and Her Majesty the Queen is inside. As you could assume, she wants to speak to all of you urgently.
Have you any gauge as to her general mood?
I can't speak to it.
Is it just her? Is Versi here? What's the...
I don't know, I've been pretty active. I actually have to return to the road.
Callister, you can stay outside. Bubble, you can come.
Bubble was like, I think I'm gonna stay outside.
Oh, you sure you don't want to come?
I think I'll hang out here.
It's probably the better option.
If you want to grab me maybe a drink or something, but I'll probably only be in there like 5 minutes.
Maybe.
I'm going to be a quick one, yes, we're going to be in and out.
Yeah, great job. Give back a...
Can I cure Calli actually so she's not unconscious?
I think you go to do that. Opa's gonna put her hand on yours.
Okay.
Yeah, Adeline's just gonna do like the duck thing.
Okay.
Like, nope.
Do you have to know?
Mm-hmm.
You enter. And you see Vulcan sitting kind of as he had. No particular change to his demeanor.
He's still asleep.
He's awake. But you see the first thing you see is Pythor pacing. Looking antsy. You see Kyrah kind of sitting but kind of fidgeting. And kind of sitting between them, you see Valis perfectly composed. Well, I'm not even sure where to begin. As you probably surmised, we've heard of the incident at the temple. Well, obviously we do not know the specifics of what happened inside. We know there was an attack on the windows, and then we received word that you had been escorted by temple officials.
Adelanda's gonna step forward, like gently place Calli down on a settee or something. My lady, this is my fault. I apologize. It was a reconnaissance mission gone completely awry. We merely broke the window so we could see in better and look for the children and see if we could find any clues. Unfortunately, it gave away our position, and Lady of Dreams cultists found us, and though we did take a life, we also did try to prevent more bloodshed. At least some of us did.
I think it would be best to revive Caliandra.
Nephel nods and runs over and does a cure wounds.
While the reconnaissance, it certainly sounds brash, unthought. You must know that having a Stimfey attack the Temple of Etheria and fly back to the palace. People are implicating my Queen's God in this.
That had not crossed my mind.
I can see that.
I do apologize profusely.
We also did receive the messenger Persephone sent to Vulcan. However, and know that we would have assisted.
You
However,
should have.
the
This was a
moment-
reconnaissance mission you sent us on. We would not have done this without your instruction.
I believe I asked for subtlety.
Clearly that was attempted to do with this, didn't they? Okay?
But the moment that word had reached us that this was no longer a recon mission and become violent, the limitations of the Oath of Peace had bound us.
You're absolutely correct.
Pythor picked up his axe with intent to rush down and rush that temple. But he saw better sense than to lose his own life. While I will want an account of what happened in that temple, a lot has happened outside it. As soon as we received your message and received the Sting Fae, we knew that you had brokered some conflict with the temple. And a lot of political powers have taken this to heart and taken motion with it. As mentioned, we could not ourselves go and assist you. I tried. I was initially going to send Michaela to go and assist you. However, intelligence had revealed to us that regiments of the City Guard loyal to the Lady of Dreams had intended on sacking the temple and claiming your lives where you stood. So I had to send Michaela, my Queen's Guard, and Palace Guard out to quell that insurrection. Gaius, ever the opportunist, has rallied his own forces and called this an act of open war. And while there's been no actual motion from the Temple of Sidon, as of yet, Gaius has been seen fleeing the city atop his dragon. We've no quite idea what he plans next. Although, I would think that this was an inevitability. Gaius has been looking for a spark like this for quite some time.
My lady, I understand that this is not ideal, but there have been tensions in your city for a while now. Perhaps it is best that it has finally reached the surface.
I wouldn't say the best, but it certainly was inevitable.
And this
As
way,
the Oath
a
of
bunch of
Peace.
children have been saved in the process.
What can we
That-
say except you're welcome?
I was going to get to that. It seems Persephone had infiltrated the temple through a slightly different avenue, had found the children, implicated the temple in the trafficking and abduction of children, and has saved them, bringing them back to the Siren's Roost. Ambrosia, its proprietor, had flown directly to us before the action really kicked off.
All right. Well, I feel like politically saving 70
That
kids.
will. While there is currently,
Oh yeah.
while there's currently uproar about your actions, once the news of the children comes out, that will quell. But this has been a turning point.
I'd ask, is it advisable for us to leave the city as soon as possible to avoid the heat?
I would certainly think it would be best to leave on the morning. I think sort all of your affairs tonight, including, of course, remember our meeting with a certain other member of the underground.
Honestly,
Do I have
we
to
should
go?
leave to get some rest.
But I think it would be prompt to continue your journey to find the old truss tomorrow. Let things settle in the city. For the record, while I do not know, of course, yet what happened to any members of the cult of the Etheria on the inside of that temple, none of you encountered the elder Condrus. You recall the tiefling who was present in the throne room.
No, not visibly.
I thought so. He has been absent. Of course, when we got news of the children, we wanted to make an example. He has been missing for the day.
Ah.
I do not condone the way in which you enacted it, as it has disquieted the peace of the city. However, I do thank you for the service you have done for these children.
That service was all a few seconds. That is not something that we should be thanked for. If anything, Atlanta and I took rash action. We acted without thinking. We got ourselves caught. We had ourselves dragged before the temple. And prior to this day, Calliandra has been explicit about not wanting to visit the temples, and I understand why now. Unlike a lot of the rest of you, I did not grow up in an environment that is very positive about the vibe. I can't speak to your entire histories, but I can speak to what it's like to grow up thinking that these are devils come to the shore to bring harm to us all. I can speak to seeing the fear in the parents and the children that we pass on the street that follow those temples. Say what you will about the head of their clergy, say what you will about the lady herself, but the actions that we have taken today have done damage to innocent people beyond the walls of that temple. We had attempted to make strides because we are supposed to be here to help all peoples of Delia. We are supposed to allegedly strike down grand evils. But the towns we have visited, the places that we have gone, there are still monsters under anyone's rule. And they are not just of the Titan's followers. I understand that things are harsh. I understand that we're supposed to be on a given side here. But I cannot ever abide killing people who have not done done something as of yet.
They have done something. They have killed a lot of people, a lot of children.
I am personally incredibly aware of that, of the harm that that church has done. I have been personally affected by it. And I would remind you that while the institution itself, members of its clergy, have committed all sorts of wrong, to apply that justification to anyone who had been forced into it or followed it because they thought that it was their best bet for survival. We know they take children into them. We know what it does to them, brainwashes them, it changes them. We know the harms that it causes. And when we meet someone on the battlefield and there is intent on both sides, you can justify that to yourself. But I cannot justify or condone what we did today. And I am not sure if I can forgive the actions that we took today. So we are, as far as I am concerned, allies in name and oath, no further. And she said,
the lay of the room is tense. Of the 5 present, Vulcan is still but is making eye contact with nobody. Pythora has sat down but is tapping, is again looking down. Kyrah is kind of huddled in on herself, kind of looking around but at nothing in particular, and you see tears streaming from her eye a little bit. The only one looking direct is Valis. Head straight. Very well spoken, Professor. I'm not here to administrate how you run your group. I'm simply here as a regent to the city you abide in, and as a patron to some of you. So I will not speak to what you have shed. But it is still yet early afternoon. I believe some of you have business left in the city. I do thoroughly encourage that you take my advice and find the old truss in the morning. You were dismissed.
Bolting out.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, fuck.
You leave, and you see Callister and Bulbug just kind of sitting, just kind of outside, and arrested or?
No, they were merely disappointed in us, Bulbug.
That's brutal. That's pretty
Some
brutal.
more brutal than others, it would seem.
I felt emotions I didn't know I could feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about them?
I don't know what they're called.
Oh.
Did you manage to get that? Did you manage to get that beverage or like?
Oh shit! I forgot.
Oh.
Oh.
Is just gonna fly off. By the way, when we come out,
Yeah.
I'm out of the scene. The rest of you can do whatever. I'm just.
Oh, but darts into the sky.
No, wait, don't go get that drink. But listen, Bobo, you need to know. We're leaving tomorrow, and I would ask that you come with us.
I do want to come with you when you journey out the Cerulean Gulf. However, Callister here has made a proposition that I feel obliged to help with. The kids. Abuse saved. From what I understand, the Queen's gonna take care of them, but while the city's pretty hectic, we think it's best if they stay in the Siren's Roost. And I think they'll be needing a bodyguard for the time being. I will join you. But while you go off finding a ghost ship, is that right?
That's about the plan.
Yeah,
That's about the one?
There's paperwork. Who
Yeah,
knows
like,
anymore?
yeah, it's a whole, By the way, I've been the town is crazy. There's that mob outside the palace. Stygian Row is in disarray.
Time out. We don't need to.
On top of all that, the port's in disarray. And people are talking about a missing logbook. City be wildin' right now.
Doesn't sound like we need
Your
to know about
obligation
that.
is here first, Bulbug. It is an honourable thing that you are doing.
I will catch back up with you when you return to the city. I do want to join you, but I think I need to take care of these kids.
So,
That's fair.
yeah, I'm just gonna take a little a blank page in my prayer book. Just one of the chapter pages that's half blank. Yeah, you have Siren's Roost. That's the official address, and it's Siren's Roost, Stygian Row. I've never been to that part of town before because it's is that no offense? That's the official address of
Stygian Square.
Stygian Square.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the supermarket. Yes, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And
do a
the
nice fruit
church
stall
does
on
have
Sundays.
page, Yeah.
Oh.
Best damn dragon fruit you will ever eat.
Can I do a big vibe check on Calli Andrew?
She's still passed out, though, isn't she?
No, I
No,
killed her
No,
during
she's
that.
been healed and she
Oh,
spoke up
okay.
in the meeting. I'm gonna leave that completely up to.
We get
Yeah.
You got advantage.
advantage on vibe checks. Well,
Good
perception
roll.
or insight.
Inside.
Sorry.
So that would be 14.
Anything higher than a 1 would have done.
I got there.
Fairly catatonic. Hasn't hit her yet. Pretty zen as well. Yeah.
Okay. Let me remember how I operate.
Can I ask you guys a professional question very quickly? How necessary? I have a lot of business I wanted to attend to before we left. I was going to stay here 3 or 4 more weeks if possible. But how important is it that I attend this meeting with Moxina later? Do I gotta go, or can I? Is it sort of
I think it's okay as long as one of the smart ones of us go. I don't know. I don't know if Opus.
Hey, Nephel. Hey, I'm real sensitive right now. There's a lot going on.
No, I mean, I'm counting you as one of the smart ones. So as long as one of the other ones,
Intelligence is subjective.
not mine. It's a pretty low number.
I know you know a lot about rope.
I have a lot of rope. Is that the same?
It's not that.
Nope.
You know a lot about stars.
You
certainly-
vape so good.
Thank you. I'm glad Juno is.
You're really good at magic. That's gotta count for something. I fucking hope it does. Sweet fuck. Okay, well, tell everybody not kidnapped, just not going.
Can I can I grab someone who doesn't look like they're too busy, but isn't one of us, and be like, hey, could you take this money and go buy me 7 diamond necklaces, please?
How much money?
You're just giving this to a random stranger.
How much do they have to be worth?
Just a random guard.
It's diamonds worth
300 gold pieces, I think.
300. So
Everyone knows it.
yeah, I have enough money. I've done the maths
enough to
before.
steal like 7 grand
For 7?
What?
from a disgraced hero back to
No,
the
because I'm
I
sad.
know
I
this
saw.
going wrong.
For
no.
7 diamonds?
Yeah,
Worth 300 gold?
I think they're worth 100. Let me look. Check.
Depends on how big the diamond is.
For Vivify, it's 300.
300. Yeah. Okay. Let me do some.
If it's 300, it's 2100 for a 7.
Yeah. Okay. So I take 2 of my mithril. Fuck you. What are they called? Medals. I have enough. I've done the maths on this already.
Yeah, like, no, you definitely have 2 mithrils.
This
And,
is
like,
what Nephel was winning those games for.
and I'm sure, like, you have 100 gold in, like, Calli stocks.
I do have 100. I don't want to use that. I want to deep into my 100 gold. Let me-
Hang on, wait, you're making a run to the jewelry store? Okay, actually, can I, in the background,
I
have
have
liquid...
3 mithril, but I gave one. Oh yeah, I have 4 mithril. I gave one to Calli.
no, hang on, I have my order ready. If you're good. Yeah, so in the background, I liquidized my mithril metal and put that into cold hard cash.
Okay, so
Here's
I have 1
250
bronze,
GPs.
3
I need
adamantine.
a
One of my own
worth
inventory, so I've actually
50
6
GPs for 5
Okay.
of the people here.
Because if I
I
said this
took
was
all the
for
ring
you.
sizes
Yes,
earlier.
that one's your one.
Here do you go.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 1 bronze, 3 adamantine, and 3 mithril medals.
Yeah.
No, remember
So-
before we went
Okay,
into
one
the cave, I got
bronze,
everybody's
1
ring size.
adamantine.
No, I have 3 adamantine.
Sorry.
Nephel never got a bronze.
No, they're bronze.
Did I? Oh, that was it. Yeah, I have bronze written. I had bronze written and no number beside it because I was like, I'll get one eventually.
Nope.
And I didn't.
You didn't collect them all, that's a problem.
So what was that? 3 mithril and 2 adamantine?
3 adamantine. So
How many
3.
mithrils you got?
3.
How many mithril and how many adamantine?
I have 3 of each.
In my Nephel inventory,
remember, we
I
all
have
got
2
mithril and
mithril, 3
fucking-
adamantine.
Because, okay, I gave one of the mithril to you, so I have 2.
I have okay, technically I've got 3 mithril because I got one for the relay.
Yeah.
And 3 adamantine. This is what my inventory for Nephel says. I don't remember if you handed all of your medals to me.
No, he did immediately.
Mm.
He immediately handed all of them, like, as soon as we were going away with the crowd. He's like, Calli, you got it.
Well, Kylie's
In any
catatonic.
case.
I'm just like going through the
In
bag.
any
Is this
case,
mine now?
a mithril is 1,000 and an adamantine is 500.
Grand. Okay, so I need what? 2,000.
2,100.
I'll give 2 mithril and 1 adamantine.
And you want like 400 gold change.
Yeah. No, I say, get yourself something nice.
No! And then Atalanta is gonna go, bring back the change.
Give me a quick intimidation.
She's still covered in blood, by the way.
yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Like a 5.
Is no one gonna back her up? You're not.
I'm
Juno!
Yeah, it's a 5.
Okay. He's like, yeah, no, definitely. For sure.
And hey, if you
Just
hear
writing
anything
it
bad
down,
about me,
doesn't
I'm
get
sure
burned.
I can explain later.
Well, actually, he's buying PR. That's probably a good idea.
So I'm just gonna like let you guys kind of organize your money and just like he goes and like does
Yeah.
that for it. And he walks off like fucking rich people.
2 mithril and 1 adamantine is gone.
One of the 2 got 2
Earn
adamantine.
this money fair and square.
He he goes off, does that, just finds you later on, gives you your stuff. He gives you your stuff and 300 gold.
300 gold? I have an extra 300 gold, please, Calli.
Okay, and then all of
I
you
know you're going
guys-
through a lot right now, but if you could manage my finances real
Just put it in
quick.
her pocket and she's just
He is
sitting
gonna
there.
get a flash across
Could
the
you
head.
just-
Okay,
I'm just like going through her backpack, like, and then there's. I'm just gonna put this in.
all of
here.
you have a platinum ring worth 50 gold pieces.
Ooh.
And each of you
Is
now
this
have
for
a
spell
diamond.
purposes?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you yours at some point.
It's so I can cast
I
a
got
wording bomb on all of you.
So I can bring it back to like when you die.
Please don't sell it. Please, they're all matched.
So how much? What is it?
Platinum ring worth 50 gold pieces. Don't sell it. I need it for the spell.
I would never. It's a gift from a friend.
But yeah, so after you send that guy off, Callister is like, I know things are tense right now, but thanks, sincerely. I'm so happy that we got to help the kids.
Really? After all that, you hardly did anything. It was all you actually. We deserve no such thanks. Though it is appreciated.
Not that counts.
Apparently not.
We're going to head back to the Siren's Roost. If you need us, we'll do that.
Cool.
Thank you.
As they leave, those of you still here are left with most of the kind of the afternoon to sort your affairs.
Well, we used to get into a dress that isn't covered in blood.
And we are going to take a break.
I got 2 people I need to meet. You guys do whatever you do.
I do take a nap.
Okay, if you need to speak, you can speak now. You can laugh.
You guys are fucking children.
Being a mass.
I have no idea what faces you're making.
No, I was trying not to look because I got Diddums in my head again.
For goodness sake.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was trying not to laugh
Finn,
at the
you
sight,
knew
and I looked over at it. Like,
If you are just rejoining us, Audley, I would like to personally apologize for the issues we're having in the first half. Some of that may have been completely inaudible. Hopefully it's good now. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, that's that. That's good.
And we are back. As the gang grapple with everything that's happened this busy afternoon, the afternoon of the games.
Oh no!
like, this is supposed
The
to be a
after
happy
parties are
event.
still going on.
Yeah, Nephel's gonna go
Worst
sit in his
after
room and
party
look at his
ever.
Laurel Day one.
Yeah.
Remember the good times this morning.
Hey, that's a magic item. You can tune to that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm tuning into my crown.
Put it on to get that you're the good PRO.
I don't
Everybody-
need friends anymore.
Everybody is grappling with everything that's happened in the games, in the temple, and in the time they've spent in Mitras, knowing they will be leaving it in the morning. All you take a break, go back to the villa, or wherever else you feel comfortable, and just lick your wounds after the fight in the temple. And as some time has passed, you're given updates by some of the palace staff that information has been released that the incident at the temple was a mission to rescue kidnapped children held by the temple. And while the temple has burnt down due to an unknown fire started,
Unrelated to
nobody was harmed in the blaze, and all present have been taken into custody. Some of which have attested to assisting you, and some of which have been speaking outright against you. So as you all settle yourselves, calm yourselves, and get ready for another voyage outside the city, some of you still have affairs left to manage before you go. Jury.
Well, so my second meeting isn't until midnight tonight, so if it's
Yes.
still the evening, I have someone on reserve at the Sirens race
Yes.
that I need to meet.
You head down.
On my way there, is there any chance I can, source some kit in the meantime? On the way there?
Yeah. Give me just
I don't have proficiency in taking, not getting.
Give me just a flat charisma roll.
Charisma! Hey, anybody selling?
Yeah, just finding a plug just on random.
During, the after party of the games?
Yeah, just give me but somebody trustworthy, somebody cool.
15. Do I get proficiency?
Not in obtaining.
15.
Yeah. You find somebody. You kind of go up by your normal odds. You know a guy who knows a guy who has a hookup.
Yeah, I've had the worst day. I don't know what to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Listen.
You know, I'm gone.
That's okay. Cool. Here's your drugs.
I'm not taking it, but I'm keeping it. I might need it.
Minus 10 gold.
10 gold. Fuck piece of shit. No wonder.
Big city prices.
I will do. Anyway, back at the Sirens race.
Yeah, you head down. As I mentioned, as you leave the palace, the crowds have quelled.
Yeah, if I take my armor off, am I like less conspicuous?
Yeah, you're like your armor's pretty notable, so you're not going to be immediately recognized the same way you would.
Yeah, I'm like left all my weapons at the villa, and since Buse got back my old wardrobe and stuff before, I'm just in like sort of like plain sort of like smock-ish like black sort of like robes, like I'm just kind of some guy right now.
Yeah. But as you're kind of walking the streets, the palace district has been emptied, has been cleared.
Cool.
The mob seemed to have just subsided after the news of the children got dispersed. And as you move through, you're noticing a handful of bars are still celebrating the games. Some people are still reveling in that. But compared to the last 2 nights, it's subdued. There is a tension in the air. And particularly...
People got a party to avoid it, I understand.
Yeah, and a tension that particularly is exacerbated upon reaching the Stygian Row, which first you spot at the gate. You see posted 2 of the Amazonian Queen's guards holding a position that notice you but don't engage. They just kind of give you a nod.
I'm here to drop off some statues as part of my sponsorship deal.
Free to move around the city.
Cool. Wonderful.
As you head down, and as like compared to when you entered Stygian Row earlier that day after finishing the relay, it's a much quieter town. You make your way down the tenement houses as the streets get darker around you. Oil lanterns hung outside of the houses, illuminating your way as you make your way back to the square. The first thing you notice is that the temple the Temple of the Ethereal was on the square across from the Siren's Roost.
Oh fuck! It's right.
You see,
How much damage?
You see just a congregation of guards outside the structure. The structure has entirely collapsed in itself. The flame has stopped. Smoking has stopped. And it was certainly lucky that it was pretty much the only building in the Stygian Road that was not connected to anything else. But it is no longer the temple it was. But as you make your way in, there is the Siren's Roost and the Satyr's Tail are across from each other, and you hear singing, you do hear music playing in the Satyr's Tail, and there's a couple of people outside of it reveling and drinking. And as you go into the Siren's Roost, there's people around, but it's not quite as active as it was when you entered previously. And as you walk in, you notice that they're not quite as... The workers there aren't quite as advertising themselves as much as they were when you first entered. But you don't see the kids just yet. But you do see... Actually, standing outside the Siren's Roost, Bulbuck is keeping point.
Oh, Bulbuck, hey, I'm here on business.
He looks up and down, you're kind of saying, pretty comfy for business.
Yeah?
Hey, listen, I'm not here to judge.
No, I have these two, listen, I have these 2 statues.
He looks at your intricately erotic statues. Like, still not here to judge. I've done this whole thing, and it's weird now saying you can go in, because I know you. So, you go ahead.
Okay,
Enjoy?
hang on. A quick around me. Is anybody looking?
Nah, the street is surprisingly empty.
Okay, so, I'm gonna, it's like, listen, I know things get busy in this crazy mixed up world of ours, but, just, as a slight, I will try to write, but I'm very busy. Just as a slight reminder to make, to perhaps Brentry come back, and I take out the bracelet that I got made for Kyrah in the forge, and I was like, maybe just a bit of, like, I think I spent, like, 50 GPs on it, and it has, like, flowers and birds and shit on it, and it was, like, wrist size for her, but, like, I was, like, my lie was, you can pop it on a horn, no problem. It's like, maybe just a little something show of good faith, and just to remind you that there's someone waiting for you.
Give me with a charisma roll.
What would to join you?
I should have taken some cat before I had to take the edge off.
That's one way to put it.
22.
How does Macho Man?
You gotta use
He
body
just starts
language.
If you even
He just takes his wag out.
Oh yeah.
like I can insight. If he's quiet, I can insight check to see if I can get a vibe.
He takes it and kind of smirks. I'm not known to take bribes. I'll remember this as he puts it on his horn.
Ooh,
Seductively.
it's not a bribe. It's a gift. You don't have to do anything for it. I just
just
hope
gotta
that it
stand
might
up
be
for it.
incentive.
We'll say no more.
I'm a little pissy about being interrupted in the middle of my great line. Jury, not Eric. Eric doesn't give a shit. Jury's like, I'm being very good at this right now, but okay. Okay, thank
But, like
you.
he's smiling. He's like,
Okay, fantastic, wonderful. I do have to go drop off these statues for my business. Do you know where Ambrosia is? I'm here on business.
she's just inside.
Really hammering in the business.
Yeah.
How are you gonna fuck Buse's brother?
And you head inside, and Ambrosia is sitting kind of at the bar. Again, it looks a lot sparser. There is some people still kind of in having a drink, one or two talking to some of the workers here. But like it's not quite as outwardly sexual as it was previously.
Yeah, treason doesn't make people that.
And all the
a
kids
burning
in
building
here
across the
and-
street doesn't exactly do it.
And the
for
kids
everybody.
are-
Also, the kids being held in this brothel.
Yeah, definitely.
So you see Ambrosia kind of like, again, it's kind of quiet. There's like one of the nymphs is playing a piano, and some smooth kind of lounge.
yeah.
But Ambrosia's kind of like sipping just a daiquiri and just like, jury.
Yeah, I have one. Whatever that is, I'll take two. Second of all, I have your statues.
Oh yes, we struck a deal. Yes,
So they're
a
like,
lot. I have the paperwork. I'll have the payment. A lot's happened.
yeah. At least, yeah, I'm gonna need that payment before tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Or you just carry it on you on loose change. I can mind Calli Andrew's share as well.
yeah, no, for sure. She kind of like pulls, like she has her
Just a roll of coins.
she's very luxurious, decadently dressed, but like she has kind of baubles and trinkets, so like all of her kind of jewelry and that do make an audible jingle when she moves, and she reaches kind of into the ruffles of like one of the thicker parts of her feathers and out just a bag of gold.
Yeah, it was 2K.
Each.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She kind of
We rolled
in
very well.
platinum, basically. Yeah, that's
All of it's there. Yeah.
and the statues. I'll leave the Mia figure that out. She's the aesthetic one here.
Well, I know that she's a graduate. She does wonderful work. Anyway, yeah. Just mention my name as well, and maybe we can get another business going. But yeah. So is Callister around, or what's the deal?
Oh, yes. You might have to wait and nurse your 2 drinks. We've had to block off the 4th floor for the kids. Callister's quite taken by them, actually, so he's taken up minding them. So we'll have to pry him away from them, but he can
That's
be,
fine. I
he'll
don't
be ready
intend on
for you.
staying long.
It's a free country. You take as long as you need.
Here for a short time, not a good time.
Oh, yeah.
But she's like, I'll go organize that. Please make yourself comfortable.
Okay.
As
My drinks are on Ambrosia's tab, by the by. As soon as she goes.
the dryad behind the bar is like, yeah, sure. big beefy, butch dryad man. It's kind of wooden abs. Quiche.
You have quiche here?
I mean, I can, but in any case, he mixes your two drinks. You sit there, you kind of sit and just kind of nursing them. And a couple of minutes later, you see Callister kind of walk down the stairs, kind of just like straightening, obviously having just changed into his armor gear, his work clothes.
Okay, I was like, armor? Damn, well, okay.
That's like his as advertised as armor. As advertised as the son of Pythor, his work clothes is like
boob armor.
Boob armor, yeah. Like the George Clooney Batman nipples.
Gotta protect them nips.
So he kind of walks down, sees you, and kind of immediately just kind of lights up and smells like, Jory, pleasure.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody told you, but I'm your meeting for this evening.
Oh, I've been expecting you. Would you like to continue having a drink, or would you like to...
No, let's go inside right now. Wait, hang on. Okay, let's go.
As he leads you up, just up to the next floor, and leads you into one of the rooms. Yeah, they're the same room he brought you up to tell you about the children missing previously. Much cleaned up, much prepared. His room is decked out because people would come to Callister for that of the fantasy of a warrior. It's decked out in various arms and armors, and all of the linens are kind of pelts and pelts and skins and that, and everything's kind of like a very kind of a militant bronze, but with like a nice kind of decor to it.
Yeah, there's some velour somewhere.
Yeah,
there's gotta be. Interesting place you have here.
It's all part of the it's all part of the theatrics. This, if you wanted an aquatic theme, you'd go for one of the Nereids. If you wanted something radiant, you'd go for the sun.
Yeah, got it. Don't.
This is what people come to me for.
So interesting about you being son of Python. But how many of there are you? It seems like that there's quite a like. Would you all meet up, or like how many children of Python are there?
Can't say no.
Do you mind if I smoke in here?
He just kind of goes over and just opens a window.
Yeah. So no, listen. Are you aware of there being many other children of Python, or what's going on here?
Not terribly. I haven't had many interactions with my father.
It's just you seem to recognize Persephone as one quite quickly. Or is that just the word on the street of what goes on about who he was and who his father is?
Well, Persephone's become rather renowned. And Python has been pretty openly speaking about him. So Persephone would definitely be known to most people as
yes,
one of his sons.
Might I ask? Yeah.
But we, it's a funny thing. Even though Python, as they've guessed, had many wives and many lovers and presumably many offspring, we have a way of spotting each other. There's a gilded glow in the eyes of a demigod that if you look just close enough, one of our own can spot immediately. And it's in Pythor as well. It's something. Of course, I'd recognize him anyway. Statues are everywhere. But there's just when you catch eyes with another demigod, there's a glint, a shimmer that indicates that you are a divine offspring. I noticed it first time I met Nora, Astoria. We were much younger at the time, and I noticed it when I saw Persephone. For it, having heard his name, I knew he was the illustrious son of Pythor travelling with Gladius Astra, but I spotted that same glint.
Yes, it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
But as far, pardon to interrupt, of course, but to answer your previous question, I don't know how many children Pythor has had. His exploits are many, but it's unclear.
Who can blame us?
A couple of
Would you call them the thing of legends?
some of them. Some have come out, like myself, and used it to gain influence and fame. But not many. I've come across one or two out in the world, and some are just content to live the lives they've known, with just the slight divine spark.
Very interesting. Quite beautiful, actually. I didn't notice such a thing when I met
I don't think it's something anyone else can spot. I think it's a deeply intrinsic link that connects us all.
Even if it were not, there are a lot of things these days that escape my notice. One thing that did not, however, was your gallant effort to help us escape on request earlier.
Of course. The moment the children reached our door, I was delighted to see they were safe, and when word got that you were still engaged in the temple, I felt having had a hand in sending you there was an obligation of mine to go and help you out.
And you care a lot about children who have been left at odds with their parents and left at the fury of the student row.
Suppose I do, yes.
And remind me, I don't think I mentioned, where are you from? You mentioned Astoria, but also here. You spent a lot of time in the student row, as in the past couple of years or so you have?
I was born on the outskirts of Mitros, suburbs. I was born, raised by a humble human mother. She passed away when I was getting quite old, and well, finding out I was the son of Pythor, I went to go visit him. He was very kind. He helped me out, and circumstances found my way here. Decided sex work and entertainment was what I called for.
It's a noble pursuit. I think it's best to disclose to you the reason that I have come here. Is because had it not, I would have had much different intentions had it not been for your stalwart and incredible aid in our escape and saving. But if there's one thing I know about Giuseppe, is he's a man who cares an awful lot and has let it slip to me that this group is the first time he has had anyone who sees him for his worth as opposed to rather than just his usefulness. And he has gotten himself extremely injured many times just in the pursuit of helping us and finding acceptance, even towards people who have not yet called him a friend. He is a man who cares an extreme amount and tries even harder, and I believe this is one of the first times he's been shown true affection and kindness in this awful, respectfully, kind of semi-shitholy vibe that the Stygian row has. And I would be coming to you with a threat had you not been so helpful before. So I come to you asking that you relay a message that Persephone's large heart is not taken advantage of by people who previously he might have wished to impress, and that if anyone in the Stygian row who might have known him or might wish to know him, that if any of them maybe start trying to take advantage of that generosity or that wish to care and that wish to save, that prior to my allegiance with Gladius Astra, I've been quite an influential person on the Metrosian social scene, and it has only grown since then. And let it be, I'm aware that in this industry you have to talk, make sure you blacklist certain clients, treat other ones a certain way. I'm aware of a client-based work, and I would ask that you spread this word, that if anyone tries to take advantage of Busephone's generosity and how much he longs for the approval of his peers, that they will never work in the city again.
He kind of smirks. I will be sure to relay that message. While I had never met Persephone before, and didn't know of him until I met him earlier this afternoon. Had I known he lived in the very same city I had, it shames me that I didn't have the honor of calling him my brother sooner. And I have some influence here, and I'm sure Ambrosia will stand beside me in this. Nobody in the Stygian Row will deign to take advantage of the kindness of Persephone.
That is all I wanted of you.
The offer is still on the table, of course.
Oh! Thank you very much. No.
Very well.
But perhaps if you're going to be spending time with him, maybe mention this incident to Bulbug as well, or just mention. Has he mentioned me at all? Just while I'm at the door, has he said anything about me? Or
he's mentioned all of you, but he's made a point of making sure that I know that you are a how did he put it? A sick dude.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It seemed pretty positive.
Mixed signals.
Like, I thought I was brushed up on a lot of the lingo of the Stygian Row, but Bulbug is
supposed to mean.
Bulbug is an enigma even to you.
I'm a perfectly healthy person. I take ketamine like nobody's business. Okay, yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's per doctor's instructions.
So as you spend just a little while longer just talking about Bulbug and smoking ketamine with Calli.
No, that's my regular cigarette that I've had here.
Okay.
Sniff ketamine.
We are going to move from there back slightly later on in the evening. The sun has gone down. Anybody left in the streets has retired, and people are mulling in some bars. One of which is the Saviour's Tale. Julius, the proprietor, is mixing drinks, dealing with a lively crowd, but not an overly energetic one. Frickson is doing his best to rile the crowd that is there and doing an admirable job of so. But also is aware of what is happening behind the doors of this establishment and is doing his best to distract the crowd as several parties slip into the building through several different avenues, most of which traveling alone. And as each member of this gathering gives the nod to Julius, one of the waitstaff shows them down to a secluded, comfortable room. Opa, Calli, Atalanta, and Juno. All of you made your way to Saviour's Tale in whatever orientation you had decided. Some of you on your own, some of you together. You make your way down to find Valis already present.
Oh, Valis, I love Valis.
Juno walking in and like, oh hey girl. She very while you notice that she's dressed very she's dressed very common. She's dressed in a big kind of heavy traveling cloak with a big hood on it. Her hair is kind of down and very tidied away. Not ornately done like it is when she is wearing a crown. She's definitely, and she's like, you know, wearing very little makeup. She's definitely going incognito. And almost fashionably late. Through one of the side doors that none of you had else entered through, you see in another cloak enters Moxina, the Lady of Coin. Well, I believe this is the I believe all related parties are here.
I'm sorry, I haven't said what I'm wearing.
Of course. Of course.
I just have to insert myself as a part here. Gonna keep it short. It's a black dress now, gold trim.
Fancy.
Is it
short
cape.
or long?
Is the Senate as her old dress alike?
She's going into her
Slightly
dark
above me,
period.
yes. Rainbow cape. Well, lining is rainbow.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Very Met Gala.
That's all.
Is it like that kind of stuff that it looks rainbow as the light hits it, or is it like dyed rainbow?
Interesting. You know, that would have been more subtle. That's not my girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's dyed rainbow.
The fabric was beside it. She even noticed it. She was like, no, this one.
Yeah. I want classy.
So, you all take a seat. There is a palpable tension in the room. Mostly, of course, between those of Gladius Asper.
Calli's pretty chill right now.
You know, when you walk in,
If she
your
could have
friend's
picked some
parents have been
flowers
fighting.
up along the way, like literally just even from the palace, just pick up a bouquet of flowers.
Yep.
She's just weaving them together.
I don't know how Juno feels right now.
That's fine. That's, you know what?
That's fair.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
But Valis, seeming to be kind of trained in this, seems to be completely composed. So, as everyone takes a seat, she stands to break the silence. I believe we are all gathered here today to surmise the fate of Moxina here, the Lady of Coin, on the grounds that she has been managing and exploiting a criminal network in Mitras for several years. Well, it would be of my personal opinion that she be thrown in shackles and left in the dungeons of the palace. I believe an appeal and an accord was made upon her capture. Would a member of Gladius Astra like to propose the terms that were set out? She had Moxit, like, you decided to spare her for information she had on Hexia, the dragon who you had known to have kidnapped
Bruce's mother.
Buce's mother.
Yeah.
And also Moxina had had mentioned that she has been filling a power vacuum that the Stygian Row. She's been attempting to use her criminal network to assist those worse off in the Stygian Row.
Yeah.
And also, of course, she is the lost sister to the current sitting queen of Themis.
We reached an accord with Maxina, the basis that she would help us information related to Hexia. Tracking who has kidnapped someone dear to our members. Guilty to. In addition, while the actions that Maxina has taken here are of fair debate, she was a deposed leader of her state and made stateless, and not being able to find allies turned towards using was trying to make a better existence for the people on the Stygian Road.
She made mistakes.
She made mistakes,
Clearly.
but
haven't we all made mistakes? And surely she should be allowed an opportunity to compensate for those mistakes. Moxina, do you have a plan for how you shall work with the city to make it a better place?
Moxina kind of looks up. She's looking pretty relaxed, kind of all things considered. Yes, Your Majesty, Astra, I have been contacting my network, and I would be willing to release their information on the grounds that they are pardoned of all criminal activity, as they would work to better the living situations of those worse off in the Stygian Road. I am currently administering and coordinating the safe housing of several dozens of dislocated women throughout the row, and I would see those establishments be kept to a standard, to a high standard.
And this would be above board. Going forward, there needs to be legitimacy about your operations, which Valis, I presume, you would be able to aid in that endeavor.
You see Valis kind of nods, and all of these people would be taken under the protection of the Crown and seen to by my personal service and taken care of. And marks note. And goes like, yes, and on top of that, I would like to plead the case that they be taken care of in my absence, as I would petition that I join Gladius Astra on their journeys in an attempt to assist with the founding, the capture, and dealing with Hexia.
We appreciate your offer. I will have to consult with my companions, of course, before we accept or deny such an offer. But we are grateful for it nonetheless.
I would like to... Information on Hexia is the token I wish to give. What I would like is transportation back to Themis. I have unsettled affairs of state there, and with the ways the Cerulean Gulf has been, finding a ship bound to Themis these days is difficult.
I understand. I feel your pain. like I said, I see no reason for us not to bring you with us, but before I can completely confirm, I would require a meeting with all of my companions.
Of course, and there is time.
We shall send you word before dawn.
I believe you still have to go and acquire your ship, so I still have matters of urgency here to wrap up, of course, working with Her Majesty.
Regardless of what my companions decide, however, I pledge myself, when all is said and done, to help you return to Themis.
And I thank you, brave warrior. And, well, to be candid, I had come into this meeting thinking I had another bargaining chip. But, might I say, quite a spectacle today. I'd been working on trying to save those children earlier.
No doubt you would have done it with less of a spectacle. Perhaps you have the information on Hexia for us now, or...
I am still coordinating. There's still, while I have more information than most people would, she is still mostly an enigma. But I can work to get some. What I have for you now is that I would meet with the priests, with the dragon priests, out near Titan's Folly, a small reclusive island out in the Cerulean Gulf. Nothing of note out there. It was simply a meeting place. I can't say if there's any base of operations there. I believe that was simply a drop location that was agreed upon.
No doubt.
But
What's the name of that
as
location, Kev?
sorry,
Name of location.
What was the name?
Titan's Folly.
Thank you.
But of course, as the Cerulean Gulf is notoriously difficult to navigate, I can provide locations to sail out to Titan's Folly for investigation.
We would be grateful for such information.
Of course.
Valis, have you any questions or demands you would like to bring forward now?
Valis kind of thinks for a sec. She throws her head in. No, I believe this matter has been settled civilly and above board. All information on Mox and his underground will be brought over to the Crown. All such will be taken care of above board. I will grant pardon to those you worked with. However, they will be kept under close surveillance and any further infractions will be dealt with. And I would be willing to release Moxina to the custody of Gladius Astra as her custodians. Are we all here in agreement?
Yep.
Aye.
Okay. Very well. Thank you all for coming. Meeting adjourned. And as that is settled, civilly, quickly, you all, unless there is any more words to be said.
Or
Like in general?
Like in
I don't think any of us are talking to each other.
Moxina and Valis are the first to kind of leave, and Moxina goes back out the door she came through. Valis goes up the stairs and kind of veers off to kind of slip into the shadows to escape away.
Yeah, Atalanta's out the door.
Yep.
She's gonna find Jury.
Yeah.
I've had a totally normal one.
Hey,
Hey,
there's a midnight meeting going on.
We're across the street. Hey, let's go. Super normal.
say this and I'll say no more. I'm sorry you were put in that situation. And I am upset and guilt. You shouldn't have been there in the first place.
I'm sorry I didn't explain how bad it was before.
We never asked, we never pushed you on it, and I am... The whole situation it's fucked. My actions crash. Helpful. It's in harm's way. You
Started a fight.
Yeah.
I don't regret it though. I know I should, but someone had to put her down. I've personally seen her kill enough people that I feel like that blood was on my hands. Maybe now it's not. I'd rather her blood than anyone else's.
I understand.
Next time you ask me not to kill someone, I won't.
Next time I'll try to think things through before we sort of walk in there. Are you okay?
No? Would you like a flower crown?
I suppose.
What's your favourite colour?
Green, actually.
Oh, that's lovely.
What's yours?
I like them all. Not really brown though.
Yeah.
Both of you feel where you had... Both of you feel a warmth in your heart, similar to that you felt when the oath was sworn. Radiating as connections are reconstructed.
Oh,
I'm still going to be feeling a lot of things for a while, but
But won't we all?
I just want you to know that I don't know what hurt you've been through. And I won't force you to talk about it until you are yet ready.
Maybe when we're on a boat and I can't run away.
I can always cast water.
We're not alone. Both in suffering and everything that comes up. I think that's tonight. I'll see you in the tomorrow. She's just gonna leave.
I'm even gonna hug it out.
Nope.
No.
I would like to say, Juno never said that they left, so I'm just.
That's it! I swear to God, I was just thinking that. They're just kind of sitting there just having like,
This is good. With a sippy cup, just like,
I don't even know it's me. I just stay perfectly still. It's like dinosaurs.
As the meeting finishes, we pan out of the Saviour's Tale. The night grows dark, grows on, as we move up to our last rendezvous of the evening, as Jury walks to move into Taverna.
was it Atlanta?
We've had Atlanta.
Bitch found.
As you walk in, it's late enough. The tensions in the city have definitely been putting a damper on the atmosphere.
From the
The atmosphere.
You want a line or like?
Just like grabs a whole like tankard of ale and just downs it in one.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
So the tavern is not busy. Nobody's performing, and it's getting late. So a lot of people have kind of dipped out. But out in a courtyard table, you see Falana sitting back with a glass of wine and a cigarette.
Alana's gonna like take Jerry's like elbow and like, so why are we here and who is that?
This Falana, one, Nephel and Atlanta, not Nephel and Calli are not to know about this.
Oh.
It's a little bit of you see, I don't really have a job outside. I don't really want to go back to my old job, so I just need to make a little bit of a security that I'll be okay afterwards. So
is this a job interview?
Sort of. A job interview for someone like me, if that makes sense. Listen.
No, it doesn't.
It's going to. I just ask that whatever's going on, you just, like, if you have anything mean to say, you coat it in something nice.
I
It's
can
all
be
fake.
nice.
Well, I'm aware, but I'm just
She's
saying.
down the second tankard of ale.
No, Atlanta, I know this, and I have to say, listen. You look radiant this evening. You usually do, but I think there's usually more pressing things.
She takes a third drink.
This is good. If she thinks we're talking about her, she's going to be so paranoid. But listen, I'm just. Mhm.
What role would you like me to play?
Whatever you think. I'm going to be honest, I haven't thought this far ahead.
Okay.
So-
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's just a lot on my mind.
It's been busy.
We've been so. Listen, you'll know when you get there. You'll know what to do.
Okay.
I will elbow you if you have to stop.
Okay, perfect.
Fantastic.
That's all I need.
Oh, Falana, so good to see you.
Sure.
Atlanta, pleasure.
It goes right down there.
I must say, I was quite perplexed when I received the invitation.
Oh, it's because you're new to the scene, darling. It's because you're new. It's because you don't know how things work.
Oh, it's
why you're
mostly the
surprised.
mixed messages from how some of your party had crashed my headlining venue at a party last night, and
Oh my goodness, isn't she so brilliant? She's so smart, isn't she? That is exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, you know how you've actually seen how many adoring fans she has. It's so
I
many.
tied many of them up.
They're so rampant and rapid. But did you notice anything about their diversity makeup? It was mainly just one group, one age and gender group, wasn't it?
Was that? Yes, poor. Yes.
That too, but it was all just a bunch of teen boys, you know what I mean? And then it's a bit naff for that to be a fan base, don't you think? No offense. And you see, the thing is, like, when you only have one group of people who like, listen, you have a dedicated fan base, that's great. And I have a lot of people who feel a bit half good about me. So, but, yeah, let's not get into it. You see, and I just think we can help each other. I have been a socialite in the city for a long time. I know exactly who to introduce you to. And this newfound hero shit is going to make it even better. But I'm going to be away on a boat for a while, and I need to make sure that my social status is fine by the time I get back. So thinking maybe perhaps you and I make some sort of tea. I'd be seen with you, you'd be seen with me. We'd make each other look good. And Atlanta, if you wish to get any sort of social capital in the city.
Yes, of course.
Got it.
what I'm hearing is that you both want me to act as an influencer for your regard.
Well, it's
We will
works
do
to
the
your
same for you.
advantage. We mention your name casually in a few brothels that
In
we
the
are
right
in
places.
business with, and what Jory here is so eloquently saying is that your voice deserves to be heard by many people, not simply the little incels in the corner. I mean, you want to be heard by a whole variety of wonderful people with taste as good as your own, and you just need that extra push up, and we are offering you
She
an E.
makes such a good point.
one of you give me a persuasion check.
That's gonna be you. Yeah, I
And
think my
yeah,
persuasion-
no, like with the help action.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bitches!
I'm an influencer.
4 of you!
With this power.
Okay. 21.
I'm scared her dad, then pull her up. She's not gonna try.
I do have a rather delicate fan base. And I could persuade them to speak to your cause.
I'll speak about you in the arts district.
I would love to play a gala.
Oh, well, surely when we return victorious, there shall be a huge gala. We could have you as an act.
It's certainly a possibility.
Listen, we must be clear.
Of course, if it wouldn't contradict with the artist travelling with you. I believe she is quite demanding of
Oh boy, is she.
We'll mention it, but let us be clear. We are also heroes who spend a lot of time doing murderous shit. The first day I met Calli, I saw her drag a man's body across the dirt like a roller backpack. If she moves to hurt you, I will not intervene or even act like I notice. So any gripe you have with Calli, listen, that falls on your head. I've undertaken a sacred oath that I can't interfere with her business in that way. So listen, I will help you, but if it comes between the two of you, I cannot help you. We help each other in the social capital business, not so much that.
But it's a large city, and your paths need never cross.
I'm sure I could find some amount of protection. Yes, I think this could work to our advantage. You'll be off saving the universe to some such grand adventure. Somebody has to entertain the masses here in the meantime.
Exactly.
If you drop names to the right people, I will too.
Of course.
Of course, darling.
Okay. Well, we have to be off. You know, calls and all that shit, and I lean in and kiss her on the cheek.
I was gonna give her a sloppy kiss on the other cheek.
She kind of goes to instinctively, very kind of Frenchly, kind of like off kiss you, and like very kind of like almost kind of disgusted, like basically fucking licking her. Like, she just kind of puts down her wine glass and wipes, flicks. Charmed.
And if you see Sia, tell her I say hello or goodbye.
Yeah, she just gets up and leaves. Well done, you've got clout.
Yeah! Atlanta, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? You're so good at this.
I was being you.
You were so good. That was amazing. I'm taking you everywhere. That was amazing. I knew you would like this stuff. You would enjoy it. Here, let's do a quick bump of Ket, and then we'll get back to the film. Wanna do a bump before we go?
No, I'm good.
I will
have another ale though.
As you celebrate your own little victories tonight, the night goes on. You all settle to bed, ready for another journey. Whenever you have a moment, mark a long rest for everyone. But in the meantime, the morning waits for nobody. As the next day comes, you are all arisen. Unlike the last few mornings with the games, Kyrah doesn't come in and wake you, but you find her waiting outside your villa. So it's the big day. We're leaving Mitros. Awesome. I'm gonna be the only one coming with you. Pythor has to go and manage Honora's coronation. He'll join you when you're leaving Cerulean Gulf, but he is giving up the crown of Astoria, so there is, as much as he doesn't like to think about it, there is paperwork to being a king. So he's going to be travelling back to Astoria, but he said he'd meet us back when we return. Of course, traveling. We've got our heading. We're going to the Dead Falls. We're going to have to travel by land. Aside from the fact that sailing up to the Dead Falls is a nigh impossible task, getting out of the harbour recently is frankly impossible. That is in a state of chaos.
Oh, the missing logbook.
The bureaucracy there is insane. I don't understand.
My kingdom for a long book.
But, well, I suppose without further ado, we have a quest to continue.
And get the mule and Nigel from the stables, I guess.
And as you are brought out, Valus in the main hall of the palace greets you. I thank you all for visiting my city. It has been an experience.
Sucked.
But I thank you for all the help you've achieved and all the people you have helped. I might remind you to notify me personally upon your arrival, recalling that should Acastus hear of your whereabouts first, he would try to use it to his own gain.
Where is Acastus? We did send for Tarquin yesterday.
I was wondering why none of you asked. He put a halt on the Dragon Lords from intervening yesterday, citing to let you all sort it out yourselves. But today he is rallying them in a cause to quell any minor insurrections in Stygian Row, frankly using his silver tongue to take advantage of the situation. As he always does.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's one of the reasons he is not seeing you off.
Good.
Probably for the best. I wish you all the best of luck on your journey. She kind of bows slightly.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're very welcome. Of course, Pythor is returning to Astoria. Stored out of the state, he will return to Mitros, and Vulcan has already left. He wanted me to let you know that he has returned to the Forge. He wanted. Pardon me for almost forgetting. He was tinkering away with something the time he's been here. She pulls out a small stone etched with various intricate runes. He mentioned that the bird seems to be a lengthy process of communication. So he wanted me to pass this off to you in the meantime, considering you're going to be traveling quite a lot. An easier form of communication was necessary. This is a sending stone. It is a one-way communication. Vulcan has the other one. Should he wanted me to know that should you require anything from the Forge, you can contact him directly through this. A sending stone is essentially a one-way communication system that has no distance barrier.
Can Nephel touch it for a second?
Yep.
And send a message. At Tickbug, if Vulcan, if you could let him know, big city bad, don't go here. Hope you're okay.
You get a response pretty quickly, and it sounds like he's kind of on a wagon, kind of rumbling. You get a lot of kind of like of like road noise and kind of traffic, and all you just kind of hear it like among the like, "Aye, laddie," and then end the message. I believe that is all.
But you want to mind the sending storm?
I suppose so. Unless anyone else wants to.
I'll mind it.
What a leader move.
Stay to you all. I will update you with any information upon your return, of course. And she kind of bows and gestures you through the pass. So as you head down, it's early morning. The streets of Mitros, compared to when you had entered in the hurricane of a storm, it's a much more somber scene. It's early morning. Some people are only opening their rafters to let the sunlight in as the light breaks over the dew.
There's one thing that I must do before I leave.
Oh, of course.
Opa goes to collect her book. We don't need to do a scene with it.
Of course, yeah. On the way, while the rest of them kind of go off to deal with that, you pick that up. Of course, you have your spellbook.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go, set Nigel and the mule for travel. Guards help you adjust all of your gear as you leave Mitros for the first time in several days. The vast expanse of the highway ahead of you currently empty of the morning's traffic. A hazy dew along the grass and a gentle breeze as you make your way on the next step of your adventure towards the Dead Falls in search of the Ultras.
Once we're outside of the city outskirts, Calli just screams.
And that is where we're going to take an extended break as an end of a chapter. We will return to this story in due time, but in the meantime, thank you all for listening. I hope you all have a wonderful day. For the last time for a while, please.
If you like making love midnight,
I was just saying,
we'll plan our escape.
On the cake.
I was tired of our
we go together too.
recording of our favorite songs.